Hey everyone, and good morning. This is Bertram, the CEO and founder of Renown Talent, and welcome to our Renown Career Report. So, for this week, I wanted to review the current jobs and opportunities that we're working on. I also wanted to share a little insight into the jobs that we're going to have coming up in the near future. Also, just some things that we have going on this week because this is a roundup week. And if you're not too sure or familiar with the roundup, I'm going to tell you all about it. So, I know I have a lot of new connections. So thank you for being a part of my network. Hopefully, we can definitely provide some value to you and your network. And remember, whenever you get a job opportunity, a recruiter reaches out to you, or you hear something, maybe that message isn't directly for you, but maybe you're supposed to pass that message along, right? That's the power of networking. So many jobs and opportunities, just things that I've gone with in my career, have been through a person. So just a little tidbit, a little special tip for you. If you do happen to hear something, somebody reaches out to you, feel free to let them know if you're not currently looking or you are. And then just, feel free to share that message or ask them for their permission. Hey, I happen to know somebody that may be a good fit for this role. But it's been a crazy. I was not able to be live with you and have the career report last week. We had a minor family emergency. And I think that's going to be really the wild card with doing these lives, right? So I have two younger kids. Son broke his arm over the weekend. We're trying our best to find the right and the proper doctors and physician groups to see him. He's taken care of. He's absolutely fine right now. But last week, Monday, was chaos and hectic for us because we were trying to get in. We had x-rays. We did as much as we could over the weekend, trying to get into a specialist. It just wasn't happening in this timely manner. And that just took up a lot of my day on Monday. So we'll say we'll do some things with clients, but I wasn't able to get on live. This will probably be like my son Jude. This will probably be, I believe, his only bone that he's possibly going to break. It's just in his arm right here, just above his wrist right here, in his forearm. But it's definitely a learning experience for us and how my wife and I plan to tackle that in the future. So for those with kitties or those with kids or furry children kind of thing, any pets, you definitely know when things come up, like it's all hands on deck kind of thing. But yeah, I'm looking forward to this week because we have the roundup. So for new connections or those folks that are not too familiar, the roundup usually takes place on Wednesdays or every other Wednesday. We're doing it bi-weekly for now. That might change. We're getting so much of a healthy, I would say, response, and there's such a need. And I obviously know that it provides a lot of value to my network. For example, where else can you say, hey, I want to network with people. I want to hear something from a subject matter expert. And then it doesn't necessarily have to be tied to CEs, or it can just be something as casual. You just listening in. You don't need to be part of any associations, and it's happening free for you. So whether that be, let's say, on your phone, on your computer, like where may you have something that you can do that. Also learn more about jobs and opportunities. What else? Ask somebody like myself a question that you may have, and all of those things. So I definitely know from a value standpoint is definitely providing a lot of value to those folks that have been able to attend. And the nice thing about it is that all of those are recorded. So let's say you're not able to catch it. We usually have it on Wednesdays at noon Eastern Standard Time. And if you're not able to catch it at noon Eastern Standard Time, it's recorded. So if you wanted to go back, also for the candidates out there, where else may you have a place that you're able to show that you're available and open for opportunities? And that can be for any skill set, whether that be for coding or patient access and billing. We do have a candidate showcase, I like to call it. Also, I share jobs and opportunities and things that I've seen, most of those from on LinkedIn, from other recruiters, other employers, folks that may not necessarily even utilize my agency for jobs and opportunities. I do like to share those because my whole thing is about paying it forward. And I believe if I'm able to, let's say, connect people with fantastic opportunities, possibly we can get a chance to work together in the near future. Throughout my recruiting career, it hasn't always been I have a job, I identified, or I had a person available, and we got things going. Usually in the search, we would happen to stumble upon somebody, and maybe we were not able to be the best offer, best opportunity for them, but we kept in touch. Power of networking all over again. And then us connecting at a later date, or I've utilized this person before. I've known they're fantastic. For example, when ICD-10 was rolling out back in 2015, I remember a company I was with at the time, late 2013, 2014, they were ramping up and they wanted all of these ICD-10 train the trainers. And I remember this person, Selena, that I worked with, was what, like, she had the certification, but also she was like, just she was interested in those types of opportunities. So I just always kept it in mind, right? And then when we had those opportunities, I tapped on her as well as a few other people, and we were able to get, I think at the time they're ramping up to around 10 to 12, like they wanted a special team of train the trainers to go out or to be able to deploy virtually to clients and help them out where they needed it. And we did a fantastic job. And that was a type of job that wasn't posted. It wasn't, I mean, we could have posted it, right? We could have had a job description, but with ICD-10, we were all walking into something new that we'd never done before. But the employer I was with at the time was very smart, letting their senior recruiters know and their senior team members know that this is what we're looking for. So it also was a gray space, meaning you may have had tons of ICD-9 experience, education, you've done some training, or you got the trainer certification, right, through a HEMA, but no one can say that they actually had hands-on experience domestically in the US with ICD-10. So it's one of those things that, how do you base your requirements to hire for that position? But we are definitely able to fill those. So just, talking a little bit more about my experience and how the power of networking and keeping people in mind for opportunities definitely does happen. And a lot of people would reach out to me and be like, Bertram, I'm looking for this type of role. And I would say, hey, I'll keep you in mind. And the nice thing about messages, or when we connect in DMs, I'm able to search within those. So let's say I have an outpatient coder opening. I'm going to go to my DMs and check if I've connected with any outpatient coders, or I would go to something referred to as a pipeline, a short list of highly qualified candidates that are ready or open for opportunities, and reconnect with those individuals. So I want to go ahead and just jump into the Renown Career Report. We may not necessarily have any new opportunities to share, but I think it would be nice to at least know and let people know what we have going on in the current status of opportunities. Okay, so the most recent opportunities that we shared were for the healthcare recruiter. So this is somebody that would preferably have staffing experience related to health information management or revenue cycle, not necessarily with my company agency. It was actually with another company that I partnered with in the past. And I would say at this time that it is covered. So covered for us within recruiting and staffing means that it's not filled, or we don't have someone slotted, job offer accepted, but we have enough candidates that are interested in an opportunity, and we don't necessarily need additional candidates to be interviewing. From the few candidates that we have right now, the client is processing them, and they're trying to do it fast because, as you know, or you may not know, this coming up, I believe it is a Friday, Saturday, the HEMA show or the kickoff starts. So a lot of these vendors and exhibitors are going to be there, or probably may even be there already this week. I know one company, they're even doing their PIP trip in that city. That way they can kind of dual purpose, right? So if we're going to fly you out, why don't we just fly you out to where we're going to have the conference? And of course, there's a lot of fun stuff to do where they're having that conference this year. So we won't be in attendance, but we'll definitely be there with you in spirit. Reason why I said that is because the client needs to move fast, because they know, with a HEMA coming up or the annual conference, they're going to be very busy even afterward. And that's going to go on for most of next week. So they want to do as much hiring and identifying who may be the best fit for that person, and possibly even close that position by this coming up Friday. So we're definitely glad and happy of the opportunity to be able to help and assist them. Through other clients that we're talking to right now, we are looking at some more immediate inpatient coder openings. I know that is nothing new. If you have any connections to recruiters in our industry, that's probably something that they have all said that they definitely need a lot of. But I just will let you know through our company that we are going to be having those, and we're partnering up with vendors to help them find the right people, as well as with some hospitals. For other skill sets within medical coding, I know that we don't have anything immediate, but for Renown Talent, you can always go to renowntalent.com/careers, and we have evergreen postings. Explained those before, but evergreen postings are job postings that we use, and it's actually listed at the very bottom of the job post. You'll see this is for future opportunities. We use that to help us build our pipeline. So as candidates apply, we're going to review their profile, and if they have the average, or I would say the best placeable skill set, 3+ years of experience, certifications, all that good stuff, good career history, once they meet that criteria, we put them on a pipeline. And once we have those jobs and opportunities, we're going to reach out to the pipeline. So it's just really nice as to how we work. And I think with these career reports that I'm able to give you, hopefully on Mondays, moving forward is going to help you understand that what we have going on. And if you want to come on the live and if you want to chat or anything like that, that we can definitely do that. Okay. A lot of people have reached out to me and said, hey, Bertram, I really need you to help me with the staffing that we're doing. I'm having a hard time recruiting and finding somebody. I want to do something more temp to perm. That's a big thing. A lot of folks have asked me, hey, Bertram, I want to kind of like see how it can go in hiring this person and having them on board with our team, but more almost like a try as you buy. So can we have them be on your payroll, your benefits, all of that good stuff as they start, and then once we feel that they're a very good fit, that we can go ahead and bring them on board internally. That's absolutely something that we can do too. Or whether that's just Bertram, I need a highly skilled inpatient coder with this many years experience, as well as everybody else. But if you are really ready and I'd say prepared to fill those roles, we can help you with that very quickly. So that is definitely something that I want to let you know. So if there's anything that we can do to possibly help or assist with the jobs and opportunities that you may have. As we know, revenue cycle tends to deal with money and revenue. That's what they call the revenue cycle. So every hour that people are not working, or you don't have the right talent, or you have the wrong talent in the right positions, I would say, that's revenue that you're leaving on the table. You're also leaving yourself open to compliance issues, audits, and things later. Because what can happen if there's let's say an audit, right, that doesn't go so well, the agencies or the payers could wonder what about other things that may have been lost in the mix. So that's definitely something for you to think of. But if your DNFB is high, you just can't find the right people, there's money on the table, let us know because we can certainly help you. And that's why we're here. Okay. So I don't happen to see anyone have any questions. I wanted to just very quickly just let you know. So as I was saying, if there's anything that we can do to help or assist you, feel free to reach out, send me a message. You can also email info@renowntalent.com and just let us know how we can help or assist you. One thing a lot of folks have mentioned is that, Bertram, I see you on live, but I can't comment. I can't get on there. And you know what I've realized? So you may find this on your feed, meaning like where everybody posts, right? But if you're trying to comment, if you're trying to say hi, you won't really be able to do that on your feed. You need to click on the link that probably says right now, Renowned Career Report, October 2nd, 2023. If you click on that link, right, then you're going to enter what I would call the studio or the presentation. And from the presentation, that's when you can say hi and engage with us and those kinds of things. So we may not really have many comments for this one because it wasn't something that I scheduled, people knowing that we're going to be having. That's absolutely fine. But I definitely need to get these scheduled more often so folks can know that, hey, if I want to find out the latest things that Bertram and his team are working on, that's where I can go, as well as just for calendar invites. I know a lot of things for me, my calendar saves me because without the calendar, it's very hard to find out exactly what's going on. And it was funny, as soon as I mentioned about instead of being on your feed or on your wall, actually clicking in, I've had 2 to 3 people come in and comment. So for that roundup coming up this Wednesday, I'm going to put the link for that. We have it with Tara. So Tara is going to be sharing with us more about practice management. If you're not too sure what practice management is all about, it's essentially helping physicians or physician groups manage their practice. This can be, from billing to front desk to, audits, compliance, hiring, like the whole scope of a physician doing what they can do and running their office most efficiently. That's what she specializes in. And the funny or interesting thing, even before I got involved in, or when I first or early got involved in HIM, I remember a very good friend of mine, his wife works as an office manager for one of these physicians. And I just kindly asked her because I had some idea of revenue cycle of billing and coding and certifications and all that stuff. She was doing a lot of the billing and coding for the her physician's office, right? And I always thought to myself, like, hey, you can do it, and that's absolutely fine. But what if you could, what if you could partner or have somebody help you make sure that everything's going Sorry, distractions. What if you could have somebody essentially help or make sure that everything's on point for what you're doing? That way, it's just that much easier. Or perhaps there may even be some revenue that you're leaving on the table, or maybe there's some revenue that you may not or should not be collecting at that time, or it's missing the proper documentation. I just had all of these questions, and I've always gone the same thing, whether it's through her or through a lot of physicians, as to, yeah, I have it, like, we're fine, we're good. And it's like, but have you had anybody checked? Or let's say you checked 5 years ago. Coding updates happen very often. So if there is a chance that somebody can just kind of help or audit you and make sure that everything's up to snuff, I mean, how much is an audit really going to cost a physician, right, to make sure that they have the proper revenue? And I think that's something that physicians should do, if not quarterly, but at least annually. Like, make sure what we're doing and capturing is correct. But Tara's going to help us realize or just understand how we can help them get out of their way. And maybe that's something for us to think about as well, right? I believe all in personal development and being the best person that you can be. It's one of the reasons why I'm doing these lives, because it's very easy for me to post jobs. It's very easy for me to get on, do a speaking engagement, but something live where I can actually interact with the crowd and be there for a resource for them when they would need it. That's a big challenge. And I definitely know I don't happen to know any recruiters doing that right now in HIM and revenue cycle. So if I get good at this can help elevate not just me, but the industry, because it may set a new standard for what people need to do, you know? And I've called out recruiters, like, a lot of you may feel like you're shunned or you don't get an opportunity to go to some of these big shows or some of these big conferences. It's always a sales team. It's always the client facing people. It may even be the person that is not paid as much as you, but they have interactions with the client on a regular basis. So they're going, how can I step up? How can I go? How can I get that promotion, right? Well, I would say you need to step up. You need to get on live. You need to put yourself out there. You need to put yourself on video. You need to do speaking engagements. You need to show your employer that you are already client facing, essentially, and you're helping build not just your brand, but their brand as well. And that's what I always did. Whenever I wanted to have an ask like that, I essentially like would do something and ask for forgiveness, ask for forgiveness later, because I realized that it's all about putting yourself out there. Okay. And that's the power in all of that. So I just want to send a few shout outs to a few people that joined. So we have Angela that came in. Good morning to you as well. Just remember, in the comments as well, I did post the link to the roundup that we are going to be having this coming up Wednesday. So this Wednesday at noon Eastern Standard Time, 11 Central. Pacific, it's going to be 9 your time. So definitely sign up for that and get a calendar reminder. Great thing about that as well, if you can't make it, you're busy, something happens, whatever, it's going to be recorded. So you can always use that same link to go back and view it. I also have it on my YouTube as well. And, that is fantastic. Let's see here. What else do we got? So we have... So this person, Kanye, we connected, and I definitely think that if there's any way that we can be of a help or assist to you, let us know. And this person as well, I look forward to networking with you as well. Yes, and this person. So one thing I want to say is a lot of folks have asked me, or I got some feedback in regards to the candidate showcase. So candidate showcase is where we're going to be able to have you on the roundup on Wednesdays. Help promote yourself and that you're open for opportunities with your name, your state and location, your skill set, what you're looking for, all of those things. Also, employers can get on there as well and say that, hey, I'm an employer. I am ABC Hospital. I am looking for these individuals, and they can apply with you directly. Now, the thing with that is I try to go in the comments, and I try to go just by the comments that I see of those folks that are showcasing themselves to help promote with employers. But the only thing is about that is that, let's say you posted early and it's not where I actually ask people to post, I may not get to you. And I'm hoping that we can get a chance to do these roundups more often. Let's say I just happen to miss you. I am so sorry. Maybe I can do something next week where you can be on the showcase. So I'm going to try my best to get everybody on there. If I have 30 people that want to showcase themselves, I'm going to show 30 people to all the employers, all my network, all the recruiters, all the people that I know. You can be inpatient coder. If you're on the showcase, that's fine. Like, we're going to put you out there. We're going to promote you. My hope is for you to get as many opportunities as possible to promote yourself, because even if you go to a conference, it may be hard to do that if your employer is there or whatever the case may be, right? So this may be a good way for you to connect with a lot of people that are directly hiring. Also for recruiters, they can go back to these live streams and they can say, hey, Bertram's Candidate Showcase starts at the 49th minute, let's say, and they can go in and they can just like pluck the people that may be a good fit for those roles. Absolutely fine. But the whole point is that I just hope that if we happen to miss you, it's not by intention. It may happen, but if we happen to miss you for 1 week, just come to the next following one, and you can come to all of them and showcase yourself, your company, what you're offering, or what you have to offer to Revenue Cycle and to our industry. Okay, so once again, it is Bertram. Thank you for your time. I really appreciate you. Stephanie, thank you so much. I know you send me a lot of love and you definitely try to be a part of a lot of things that we have going on. This one was scheduled a little bit late, but as I mentioned earlier, all of these are recorded. So if you feel like you missed something, it's absolutely fine. Give it a minute or two. It will update and it will close, and then it will go to almost like YouTube format. If you want to skip or if you want to go forward or back, you can do that. But I really appreciate each and every one of you. So I look forward to seeing you this coming up Wednesday at noon on the Roundup. And we are also going to have the live Ask Mr. B. So that's for folks, whether they be employers, candidates. If you have a question or two that I may be able to answer while we're on the call, I want to be able to do that. For anything more extended, or let's say just more personal to you, or your company, let's say your company is hiring strategically, but you don't want everybody in the world to know that, just send me a message. Just send me, an email, info@renowntalent.com, and we're going to be able to help and assist you. Okay. So once again, it's Bertram. Thank you so much for your time today. Have a fantastic week, and I look forward to seeing you on the Roundup on Wednesday. All right. Have a good one. Bye-bye.